So I have pretty much been very obsessed with Instagram Reels over the last year or so, and today I wanted to share my process of how I create Reels using trending audios. And I'm going to show you how I, as a business owner, actually try and do Reels research in a strategic way so that I don't just kind of find myself stuck in a Reels scrolling hole, which give me a thumbs up if you know exactly what I mean by that. It still happens, I will put my hands up to that. So I hope you will find this helpful for coming to create your Reels content. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Anna from byrosanna.co.uk. I am a designer and online educator, and here on YouTube I share videos all about marketing, business, productivity. So if you like that kind of content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up while you're there. So when you're creating Reels on Instagram, it is really important to include some Reels that use trending audios. And actually a lot of people who maybe aren't comfortable with talking face to camera, doing those sorts of Reels, are going to find it easier to have most of their Instagram Reels content come from using audios that are already on the platform or having music in the background, that kind of thing. So there's lots that you can do on Reels with just audios that are there. You don't necessarily have to speak or do voiceovers or whatever. But today I want to talk specifically about using trending audios, because using an audio that lots of other people are starting to use for their own videos on Instagram Reels can be really good for your engagement. And Instagram is tending to promote those Reels using trending audios more to different audiences than it is for more obscure songs or audios that not many people are actually using or that aren't popular. And the reason why this is a thing is because Instagram wants people to spend as long as possible on the platform, either by browsing through other people's content or by creating their own content. And it wants more and more creators to produce more good quality content for the platform so that people stay on it longer. So what Instagram does is it prioritizes showing Reels that are using an audio that other people want to click on and use to create their own content as well, because this then creates a cycle of more people creating content for the platform, using a Reel audio that they like, and therefore more people are going to use the platform because there's more content on there for them to see. So that's kind of a little bit of background about why using an audio that is popular or trending is more beneficial than just using a random song that you just like yourself or something. So with Reels, it can be very easy to trick yourself into thinking, I'm going to go and do some Reels research and just sit on the platform and scroll through your phone. And before you know it, you've lost 2 hours to just scrolling through and being entertained. So you need to approach it in a strategic way if you are a business owner or content creator who wants to, use Reels in a way that actually benefits your business. So growing your platform and actually turning those followers and viewers into actual customers, hopefully at some point. So first of all, in order to be strategic with your Reels, the main thing that you need to have before you start with your Reels research is a social media plan or a content plan for the next couple of weeks. So I personally use the project management system Trello to create my content plans, and I color code everything, and I also have a Trello board full of content ideas as well, where I store ideas for blog posts, my Instagram posts, my YouTube videos, stuff like that. What you basically want to do is have a rough plan for the next kind of 2 weeks. I used to say 30 days is better because you want to be planned out in advance as much as you can. But the thing with Reels is new trends happen really, really quickly. So you want to be quite flexible with what Reels you're creating. So certainly when you're creating an overall content plan for your business with your different platforms, let's say you've got a blog, maybe you've got a YouTube channel, maybe you've got a podcast, those would kind of be classed as your main key pillar pieces of content. Because they're longer form, you put a lot more energy and effort into those pieces. So with those, you absolutely can plan that 30 days ahead. But for doing your Reels research, I'd suggest you just look at the next 2 weeks and what you have coming up in terms of what content you are planning to share on your content pillars, places, so your blog posts, what blog posts have you got coming up, what YouTube videos, that kind of thing. And if you haven't got a content plan like this already set up, I have got a free 60-minute masterclass which teaches you everything you need to know about how to set up a content plan, how to create a content ideas bank as well, like that board that I just showed you, so that you never ever run out of ideas on what to post, how to come at your content plan in a strategic way, so what to look at in your business so that you can plan content for that, and how to set it all up as well. That masterclass covers all of that, so go and check that out. I will leave a link in the video description. So once you have that plan in front of you and you can see about 2 weeks ahead in terms of what your pillar pieces of content are going to be, at that point then it is okay to start looking at Instagram Reels, because you're going to have fresh in your mind an idea of the general topics and things that you want to be covering over the next 2 weeks, so that you can make your Reels strategic and consistent with the other pieces of content that you're sharing. So for example, if next week I plan to have a blog post coming out about why your website isn't converting, that's the title of the blog post, then what I'm going to want to do is create Instagram Reels that are kind of surrounding that topic, or at least on the topic of website design and how to set up a website as a business owner. So I'm going to be keeping that fresh in my head as I'm looking through Reels and audios that other businesses are using, thinking how I can twist it into that kind of topic area that I want to talk about. So before we get started on the actual Instagram app, what I want you to do as well is set a timer for a limited amount of time that is going to go off and remind you to stop being on your phone or stop scrolling through Reels. And this is really important because it is so easy to get into that addictive habit of just scrolling, oh, just another one, just the next one, and before you know it, you've lost 2 hours. So set a timer for any kind of time period that you like. It really just depends on how many Reels you plan to be posting within the period that you're looking at. So let's say that you want to be planning your Reels 2 weeks in advance, and you want to be sharing 3 Reels a week. That's kind of what I aim for, and I would say this process probably takes me about 20 minutes to do the research phase. But if you are going to be posting more than that, then maybe you want to set your timer for a little bit longer. If you're just going to be posting once a week, then it's probably going to take you more like 10 minutes. So once you've set your timer, just head onto the Instagram app, and we now want to head into the Reels area here. And what we're looking out for here, first of all, is looking down right at the bottom of the screen where it shows you the audio, and it also shows you the username of who created the audio. And right next to that, in the bottom left corner, you'll see a little arrow. Now that arrow isn't always there, but if it is there, that is showing you that this audio is a trending audio, or Instagram has deemed it as a popular trending audio. And what you want to do is, if you like the sound of the audio and you think you could actually achieve what this person is doing in this reel, you want to tap on that. And first of all, one good thing about tapping on the audio is really important for checking how other content creators are using this audio, and that's going to help you come up with inspiration for how you could create one. But you can also see under the username of the person who created the audio, you can see how many Reels have been created using that audio so far. And just because the audio has that little arrow next to it, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be a lot of Reels created. So under 2,000 Reels created with an audio is actually quite low for a trending audio. The trending arrow just basically means that it's popular and lots of people are starting to use it. And actually any audios with less than kind of 5 or 10,000 Reels made with it are the better option to use, because less people have started using it. It's just about to gain traction and popularity. So it's likely that your reel, if you use this audio, is going to be pushed out to lots more people. So it's kind of a sweet spot. You want to be looking for trending audios with that little arrow, but that also potentially have less than 5 or 10k reels made with that audio. That's potentially going to give your reel more of a chance of being promoted to more people. But even if you see a trending audio that's got many more reels created with it, that could still be a good option to use if you are approaching it in a really strategic way. So also in the kind of top corner, you can see the original creator of the reel as well. So you can go and look at that. But as I say, it's a good idea to kind of scroll through and have a look at how other creators have used this audio as well.
I don't like to speak of things before they're finished, but it's so far a masterpiece, if I do say so myself. I don't like to speak of things before they're finished, but it's so far a masterpiece, if I do say so myself. I don't like to speak of things before they're finished, but it's so far a masterpiece, if I do say so myself.
So you can see how this audio is being used in kind of a tongue-in-cheek way of boasting about maybe something you've created or something that you're enjoying at the moment, and these people have made it relevant to their niche. So with all these audios, you really want to be having that content plan in front of you, knowing what kind of topics you want to be talking about in the next few weeks, and seeing if there's a way that you could twist this audio into being relevant to that. So for example, if I was posting that blog post about reasons why your website isn't converting, maybe this, because it's kind of almost kind of semi-boasting about something you're really proud of, but in like a sassy way, then I could be talking about me working on a client website and being proud of it before I've even finished it or something like that. And you can see how that then ties into my pillar piece of content for that week. And the key point, because I have planned my content plan in a good strategic way, is there is a purpose behind it. I am promoting myself and my own business, so it's not just me kind of jumping on a trend for the sake of it. So obviously you could go and just create the reel straight away by tapping use audio at the bottom there, and then that will open you up to start creating a reel. But right now we have set dedicated time to do reels research. We are batching this as a task, and then you can batch create your reels later once you've captured all of your content ideas. So right now we actually just want to capture this content idea and store it somewhere so that we can access it later on when we want to batch create. So let's say we want to save this as an idea that I just mentioned. What you could do, and what I think a lot of people do, is just tap save audio at the top there. And if you do this and then go to your account's saved area by going into your settings and tapping audio, you can then see a list of all of the audios that you've saved. However, the issue with doing it this way is that if you've had an idea, like I just mentioned, my idea about talking about a client's website that I'm building, there's no way for you to capture your idea along with it as well. So you could come back to this list later on and just look through all of them and be like, I don't actually remember what my idea was for that. So instead, what I'd suggest doing is copying the link and pasting it into your content bank, like that Trello board that I showed you, or straight into your social media plan if you've already know exactly what day you want to post this on and things. And so to do that, you would tap on the three dots in the top right, tap on copy link. And then because mine is all stored in Trello, which I show you how to set up completely in my content planning masterclass, I can just open the Trello app, go into my topic ideas board, go over to my reels list. And what I'm going to do here is, in the title of the card that I'm going to create, is write out what my idea was for this reel. Now, as you can see, this is just literally as if I'm writing it myself a note to remember. It doesn't have to be the title of the reel, or you don't have to describe every single detail about it, but this is just a note so that I remember what this reel is about. And then in the description, I can now paste in the link to that Instagram reel. And if you need to, you could also go into the description and add more detail, just write exactly what you were going to say, or if it's a longer reel, add more detail. But that's how I store it. And the great thing about this is I can then go onto my computer when I am then actually going to batch create the reels and just easily see that and the link there ready for me to click on it and record it. And then basically I just repeat steps 1 to 3 several times until my timer runs out and I've got enough ideas to get me going for the next couple of weeks. And that's how my reels research batching process goes. I then have dedicated time where I batch create the reels by going onto my content ideas board, social media planner, whichever place that I stored it in, and it just makes it so much quicker to create because I've stored it in that place. But if you want lots more detail about all of this and how to actually create the reels and come up with the ideas for any other types of reels rather than just using audios, then go ahead and check out my Intentional Instagram Reels course. It is just £40, but it talks you through everything you need to know about creating Instagram Reels, including giving you prompts and loads more ideas, full step-by-step tutorials and strategic tips to make sure that your reels are actually successful as well, and they're actually giving your business a benefit and you're not just creating them for the sake of creating them, which is so important. So if you are interested in that, I will leave a link to that course in the video description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back again next week with another video.